Now we're going to finalize our material list so that we can get pricing and import the list into the software. From there, we can issue purchase orders and track our material as it comes on site. Doesn't matter to me whether you choose to issue purchase orders from the construction profitability software or your accounting software, but you still need to get those purchase orders imported into the profitability software. Bear with me and I'll show you why. If you take my advice, you'll see huge benefits. The biggest creator of chaos in your schedule is the right material not being on site when you need them. So this is important. This is the power plan for our small commercial project, actually a private school. I'm sorry that you're viewing it at such a small scale, but that really doesn't matter, because this is just going to be a quick illustration of the process. Electricians are very picky about materials and installations. If you send them material they don't want, they'll just kick it to the side and buy what they want. They also have a better understanding of methods and installations, both for labor savings and material costs. If they change the installation as envisioned by the estimator, they are also changing the material. Generally, these changes come at the last minute, causing those materials to be delayed, which in turn delays the task installation. Once that happens, the field crew has to start jumping around installing tasks out of order. This creates huge inefficiencies that cause the work to run over schedule. So here's what you need to do. You need to either drag that foreman into the office, throw the estimate material list and the drawings on the conference room table along with the project manager, the estimator, and the purchasing agent, or link up with them via a Teams meeting and go through those drawings task by task, debating the final installation methods and materials. If your project size dictates the need for multiple foremen, get them all to attend. Once everyone agrees on the methods and materials, the estimator needs to update the estimate to reflect the changes. Sounds daunting, doesn't it? From someone who's done this for years, it really isn't. The fact is that you're going to have large groups of similar tasks. Once you go through several similar tasks in a group, you're going to establish the flavor of the material and installation for that group of tasks and move on to the next group. No matter the size of your project, this step is critical. Once everyone at the table agrees, no more changes can be made unless it is absolutely critical. The foreman or foremen have to be the enforcer on this on the site. Aside from site-specific conditions that may alter an installation, no other changes should be made. The foreman or foremen need to communicate this to the crew. There are 100 different ways to do everything in the electrical trade, and at least 80 of them are good. The crew needs to understand this and put their egos aside in order to provide an on-time completion and profitable project. Once the estimate's been updated, we're going to export our job extension by phase of construction. Except that, in this case, I'm choosing both the underground feeder conduit and the underground branch conduit. I chose to do that because it's similar material and makes sense to group together for this small project. I do the same with the above ground conduit. Just as a note, most estimating systems will export a suitable file to import into the profitability software. So if you have a different estimating system, just give us a call and we'll help you make that connection. I'll select the extension spreadsheet button to populate the extension. And here's our file. I'll select export and then click OK. And finally, click Save to save the file to downloads. Next, we'll surf to the Construction Cost tab and click Purchase Orders. Then we'll create a new purchase order. From here, we're going to click on Import Data File and bring our file into the software. That will bring up this dialog box, and above the box it tells you what fields the import is looking for. I'll click Browse. Surf to our file under Downloads, select it, and click Open. You can see that our file's been imported. I'll click Upload, Import. And you can see that the purchase order has been created. Now, it doesn't matter if you use your accounting software to issue purchase orders, if that's what you want to do. However, you still need to bring that data into here. This gives your site person who receives material, whether it's the foreman or a logistics person, a record of the material they need per phase of construction. They have checkboxes right here to record material as it comes in, so that they can be sure all of the material has arrived before they start a new phase of construction. They can bring this PO up right on their phone, right on site, and check the stock of material on their own site. From here, we would bring in and create a purchase order for every phase of construction. We are tracking labor by phase of construction, and we should track material by phase of construction as well.